Kenyatta advised them and told them that if you go that way, you will be defeated because this white man is stronger than you, your few arms and so on. My name is Gerrishon, Kaburu, Ndubai, from Meru County. In Meru, there are two qualities. There are several qualities. There is the Mugambi, who's an orator. There is the Nchamba, a hero, and there is the rich person. Those were the qualities that were highly, valued. Now, when they were talking about a Mugambi, a good orator, they were talking about somebody called Njomo. Njomo. Now, I came to find out from the Wazees that Njomo had come to Meru in 1948. Later on, I came to discover from the discussions about Ruku that it was actually Ruku who had organized for Kenyatta's visit to come to Gerrishon in August 1948. The Wazees had sent Ruku to look for Kenyatta at a place called Kidonguri. And we used to hear that that was the head office of the independent church, which had taken root in our area. So then, as Ruku was narrating this, he said that he had gone to Nyeri to look for his friend Madenge wa Mirugi, to take him to go and see Kenyatta in Kidonguri. And they were also talking about somebody called Mbiu Wakaunange. That's how they were pronouncing it. Mbiu Wakaunange. Two things here. As far as education was concerned, people in our area knew that there was nobody else more educated than Mbiu Wakaunange, because he has also gone overseas. Then, according to Kenyatta and Njomo, they were saying that there is no better orator and a very sharp person than Kenyatta. So that's why then Ruku used his friendship with Madenge when they were guarding Haile Selassie. So when they came back, then Madenge went to his home in Nyeri, I think in Monyanga area in Odaya. And it's only Ruku who knew his name. His home. He went and picked his old friend. They went to see Kenyatta. First, in late 1947, Kenyatta told them that he would organize to come to Meru. So they waited. And the Wazees now started getting impatient. And they asked Ruku, where is Njomo? Then he said that he told me that he would come. He was sent again. So in 48, around March or April, Kenyatta promised to come. So he came in August 1948. That's when they had then a special meeting with Kenyatta at the home of this Mzee Mubea. And the top leaders, some of them were members of the Njurincheke Council of Elders, were there to meet Kenyatta. What happened at that meeting? They said that they were prepared to fight and chase the Mzungu.
This is 1948?
Yes. Now, Since then, arising from earlier discussions, Ruku had started smuggling arms from Abyssinia into Kenya. And then the way I came to discover that it was being done is that he would go to his old friend, Haile Selassie, to ask for assistance. And Haile Selassie would organize for him to get those arms and some camels. On one occasion, he was given those arms. He was escorted all the way to the Moyale on the Ethiopian side. When he reached there, now those people went back to Ethiopia. Then he got other people to escort him to the Moyale on the Kenyan side. Let me explain here that before Ruku went to KAR, he was looking after his father's cattle around the Isiolo area. So he was familiar with the local dialect. He was fluent in Kisomali. He was also fluent in Kimasai because of the Samburus. He was interacting with them. So he then hired new team that escorted him and his luggage to Isiolo. Then he dismissed the other people from the other Moyale. Now at Isiolo, then he hired new people. He also sold the camels and bought donkeys, which then ferried the luggage to a small town called Kerua. That was a place where Ruku deposited his stuff. Now, at that meeting in August 1948, that issue was discussed about how to fight and chase away the Mzungu. Kenyatta asked, how are you going to do it? That is when Ruku revealed that he had been getting arms from Ethiopia, ferrying them to Kerua, and then from there he would hide them in the caves in the Mount Kenya forest. And then he would say that he had those arms and he was ready to get more. Now, Kenyatta advised them and told them that if you go that way, you will be defeated because this white man is stronger than you, your few arms and so on. So he advised them to do that quietly and then educate people on what it is that they are planning to do and how to do it. He told them that when it comes to talking to the Mzungu, I will do it. And he said, collect your guns, but hide them, do it very secretly. And also organize your people very, very secretly and selectively. So that is where then it was agreed that the oath be taken to organize the people, to mobilize them, to explain to them what it is that they were supposed to do. Then Kenyatta said that I will use the weapon, that is the tongue, Rurimi. He told them, I'll fight the Mzungu with the tongue, but you organize yourselves, start with the whole thing. That is where then they started something, the whole thing that was known as Kurita Antowa, that is to remove ignorance from the people. And then to conclude that chapter, Kenyatta also mentioned the name of Mbiu Koinange in connection with him being assisted to fight the Mzungu, because Mbiu Koinange being very educated, and that's why Kenyatta used this interesting phrase that people kept on repeating, those who were at that meeting, that a wise person mto mume athomaga baroga ibashene. That is, a wise person reads the letter while still in the envelope. And he said, Mbiu Koinange will do that. And we will do that with him. And I will use the tongue. So those kept on being, repeated. So Ruku then went and started now this organization. That is where then this organization and frequent night meetings started now being frequent. Also, in Meru culture, and I'm sure in also Kikuyu culture, people communicate through the songs. And we have got a saying in Meru, translated into English, it means that the bird sings, not because it has got a beautiful voice. Yes, it may have, but it sings because of the importance of the message it wants to pass through the song. That's why then, even in the discussions or even in the meetings, our people sing. And when they used to come at that venue, social venue at Mweri, and they would sing those songs, but communicating messages. So when Kenyatta came again after his release from detention in 1961 at Kenoru Stadium in Meru town, he addressed a very, very massive rally, which I attended myself, because I was then a student at Meru School. I was in Form 3, and we were given time to go and listen to Kenyatta. Everybody was expecting that. In his speech, Kenyatta repeated his earlier meeting in Meru in 1948, where he said, "Nenie Kenyatta wanyu uria mukuru." He reminded them that I am your old Kenyatta, the same one of 1948, and you pledged to work with me. Are you still ready to work with me? Then he added something else. If I hold the lion by its ears, will you be ready for its claws? And then, of course, everybody was clapping and so on. That one but I could see the older was who had attended the 1948 meeting, kept on remembering. And then I also remember now those stories that I used to hear from Ruku and my father and the other wazees.